Hi, my name is Ciarra Morales, and today I have with me is Kaya and Lourdes. Today we're going to be doing a 30-minute ab workout. You can do this workout plan at home or in the gym. We're going to have a warm-up, we're going to have our main exercises, and we're also going to have a cool down. Now for our warm-up, we're going to do dynamic stretches along with a little bit of jump rope. So for our first dynamic stretch, we're going to do single leg hip rotation. So what that entails is just going to bring your right, we're going to start with our right foot. You're going to bring your right leg up at a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to rotate it out. We're going to do this for 10 reps on each leg. Now, let's begin. Starting with our first leg. You might feel a pop in the hip. That's okay. Alrighty, 5 more. And if you lose your balance, that's fine. You can always place your leg back to the center. Alrighty, our next leg. 5 more. Alrighty, perfect. So now for our next one, we're gonna be doing a lunge and twist. So you can start with either leg. We're gonna start with our right leg out. You're just gonna go to lunge angle, and you're just gonna twist side to side. You might feel that your back is popping, but that's perfectly fine. You're stretching it out. We're gonna do 5 on each leg, 10 total. Alrighty, left leg now. Or if you started with your right, you do if you start with your left, you can do your right leg. Switch. So when I'm twisting, I'm just doing like about 5 twists, just whatever makes you feel good. And if your back is popping in this one as well, that's perfectly fine. All right, this is our last set. Last one. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna do jump rope. We're gonna do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. With the jump rope, I kind of find it easier to do it with no shoes, but that's just my preference. I'm not very good at doing it with shoes. Alrighty. We're gonna do 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. And let's begin. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing this. Alrighty, stop. Now during this time, if you want to get a quick drink, that's good. Make sure you are breathing, because I know that is a little bit tiring just for the first 30 seconds. How's everyone doing? Very good? Perfect. Alrighty, I'm gonna get set up. The purpose of this jump rope is just get our blood flowing a little bit more. And are you ready? Alrighty, begin. Now I want you to keep going. And if jump roping is a little bit too much for you, like Kaya, you could just do jumping jacks. And then Lourdes, if you want to keep doing jump rope, you can. Lourdes is making sure she's on her toes. You don't want to be flat-footed. It's really bad for your knees. And if you stop, that's perfectly fine as well. Alrighty, now we're done. So that is up for our warm-up. Now we're getting into our main core exercises. So for our first one, we're gonna do bicycle crunch. So what we're gonna do is get on the mat. I'm just gonna continue to keep my shoes off because now it's just a little bit easy. You can do that as well. So for our bicycle crunch, we're going to just elbow to knee on our opposite knees. And if you want to do it how I did it with extending your legs to make it a little bit harder, you can. If not, you can also do you could do crunches as well to make it a little bit easier if the Russian twist is too much. or the bicycle crunch, sorry. Alrighty, we're gonna do 15 reps of this and let's begin. Five more. And stop. Whew. You're gonna feel this in your core, and if you feel it in your back, I want you to make sure that you are engaging your core. If not, you are gonna feel it in your back, and that's not gonna be ideal. We wanna feel it in our core, not our back. We don't wanna straighten out the back for anything. Alrighty. A few more seconds. Make sure you're breathing and getting some water. I don't want you getting all dehydrated on me. It's not cool. Alrighty, and let's begin our next set. I want you to continue what you're doing. And if you're like Kaya, that the brush and twists are a little bit too much for you, you can also just do the crunches just as she's doing. You can put it up in the air, or you can have your legs laid flat, your feet on the ground. Perfect. Alrighty, stop. Gonna take a quick break. You are doing great. I just want to let y'all know, you're all doing great. We have one more set of the bicycle crunch, and then we're gonna go into our toe touches. You're doing great. Alrighty, a few more seconds to get a quick breath. Make sure we're not passing out here. Are you guys ready? Alrighty, let's get into our last set right here. To make this a little bit harder while you're doing the twist, you can slow down your movement so you're making sure you're engaging your core. Alrighty, 3 more. And stop. Perfect. So for our next exercise, it's going to be Russian twists. We're gonna do it, you could do it without the weight, or you can do it with weight. If you have any weighted balls, that would work. If you have dumbbells, you can also use that as well. If you don't have any of those, you could also just grab like a jug of milk in your house, jug of water, anything like a jug that has some weight on it. Just do it side to side. We're gonna do 15 of these as well. All right, are you guys ready? All right, perfect. And let's begin. For me, I like to cross my feet just to give it more stability. 2 more. And stop. While you're doing this, you need to really make sure you're engaging your core, because you can feel it in your back if your core is not engaged, and it's going to put more strain on your back, and it's going to hurt your lower back as well. And you might have noticed that Kaya was having her feet on the ground. You can do that as well. Just lean back to give it more of a stretch in your core. Alrighty, a few more seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Get some water if you need it. Turn up the music if you want to make it more interesting and more fun. Alrighty, guys, ready? Alrighty, begin. Five more. And stop. We're gonna do another 30-second break. I'm sorry to feel this in my back, so I need to make sure I'm engaging my core. But if you're doing this, and you could do it fast, 15 reps, or if you want to make it more challenging as well, you could just do side to side very slowly to make it more engaging in your core. Are you guys good? Yep. There it is. Great. Alrighty, a few more seconds, and then we'll get right back into our last set, and then we'll go into our toe touch. Alrighty, and ready? Begin. Five more. And stop. We're gonna do another 30-second little break. And so for the toe touchers, there's a few ways you can do this. I'm gonna demonstrate. So you can do this way, and you touch your toes like that. You can extend them out. Or if that's a little bit challenging, you could just do elbow, knee. You just do like a regular crunch with your knees up, and just want to make sure your elbows are touching your knees. And if that's still a little too heavy for you, you can just do a regular crunch as well. Oh, we don't need that anymore. All right, you guys ready? We're gonna do 15 reps of these as well. And let's begin. I want you to continue that. Perfect. If you see they're doing a controlled movement, engages the core a little bit more. Alrighty, stop. You guys good? That's great. Ready to do another 30-second break. Get your water, make sure you're breathing. Ready to have 2 more sets of these. And this one is also another one you have to make sure you're engaging your core. All of these are going to be making sure you're engaging your core. If not, you are going to feel a little pressure in your lower back. And we're going to try to avoid that. All of these exercises are for engaging your core to like help reduce your lower back pain. It's very important to do these. I'm about to say either 2 to 3 times a week. It could really help you. Alrighty, let's get into the second set. Five more. And stop. Whew. I might have to, alternate to one of the modifications because my back is hurting now. Are y'all doing good? That's great. Love that. Ready to take some time, a little breather. Need some water. I know I do, but it's all the way over there now. I'm out of breath. I'm trying to breathe here. Alrighty, let's get set up for this last set. Alrighty guys, ready? And begin. Alrighty, 5 more. You guys are doing perfect. Great. Alrighty, stop. Right before we get into this next exercise, we're gonna do planks. So there's a few ways you can do the planks. How we're gonna start off with, it's gonna be forearms and toes. We're gonna do this. That's how we're gonna do our planks. And if that's a little too hard for you, or if it's too much, you can always do your palms of your hands and your toes. You could be spread out, or you can have your toes together. It's just whatever makes you feel more comfortable. And then if those are still a little bit more challenging, you can also do your forearms and knees, like that. And with these, we want to make sure that our butt is not too far up in the air or too low. If it's too far up in the air, you're not going to really feel anything in the core. You're just going to feel it more legs and arms. If your butt is like low, you're going to feel it in your back because your back's going to be going at a curve, and that's a big no-no. Alrighty, you guys ready? All right, we're going to do 45 seconds of 3 sets. Alrighty, and let's begin. If it helps while you're doing these, you can rock back and forth or just sing a song out loud to help pass the time. I know rocking helps for me. Alrighty, engage the core. If you feel this in your lower back, it's because you're not engaging your core and keeping that core tight. Alrighty, and stop. But say, like I said, if it's too much, go on your palms of your hands. If not, you can also just do your forearms and your knees. And if you want to do baby steps, you can also just, the 45 seconds too long, you can always do 30 seconds. And if the 45 seconds isn't just enough, you can also go to a minute, and then you can just add on time just on your preference. Is everyone okay? Everyone's breathing? Alrighty, ready to do 2 more sets. Alrighty, and begin. Perfect. As you see, Lourdes, she's making sure that everything is perfectly flat and she's engaging her core. And same thing with Kaya, just slightly a little bit lower. Perfect. And if the time weight is a little too easy for you still, you can always put a plate on your back, or if you're at home, you can always put books in your book bag and just hop it on. And if you don't have books or a book bag, and if you have a kid that wants to join in on the workout, just have them ride your back while you're doing this. Alrighty guys, stop. And you can make it a little fun with your kids. We're all doing good? Perfect. We're gonna make sure we're breathing and that we are getting our water. Stay hydrated, please. And if you're doing this outside for some reason, do it in the shade and make sure you're definitely drinking a lot more water. Give it a few more seconds, then we're gonna do our last rep, and then we're gonna go into our cool down. Alrighty, ready guys? Alrighty, and let's begin. Make sure you're engaging that core so you don't feel it in your back. And if you feel it in your back, go a little bit up in your glutes so it's not as harsh on your back. Okay, a few more seconds. And stop. Lourdes is already ready to stop. I'm sure y'all are too. We're good, great. Alrighty, now we're gonna get into our cool down. We're gonna do a few exercises that we're doing for that, a few stretches actually. And with that, we're gonna do 10 reps on each exercise. But before that, we're gonna make sure we're getting some breaths and make sure we're breathing and getting hydrated. Whew. We have about 5 cool down workouts or stretches. Our first one, you're probably gonna like it because you're laying down and it's not much movement. Are you guys ready? Alrighty, let's get into it. Our first one's gonna be our glute bridge. So you're gonna be on your back, and then you're gonna lift from your hips, and then you're gonna stay at a nice neutral flat. You're gonna try to squeeze your glutes at the top, and then we're gonna hold that to like 3 to 5 seconds. We're gonna do 10 reps of these, and let's begin. I'm gonna make sure that you're not hyperextending. You don't want it to go all the way. You just wanna stay at a neutral level. Alrighty, 5 more. Last one. All right, perfect. Whew, I'm a little lightheaded from that. It wasn't much. Must have been those planks. So for our next one, it's going to be a seated twist. So how we're gonna do this, we're gonna have our legs out, and then with one leg, you're gonna cross it over the other. We're gonna start with our left leg to cross over. You're gonna cross it over about like a 45-degree angle, and with your opposite arm, you're going to cross it over the leg And then you're gonna try to push that leg and look over your shoulder. You're gonna feel the stretch in your lower back. And honestly, it's a great stretch for your lower back. I absolutely love this workout or stretch. And if your spine pops, it's perfectly fine. It is fine. Alrighty, you guys ready? We're gonna do 5 on each leg, 10 total. And let's begin. We're gonna hold this for about 5 seconds and then we're gonna switch. All right, switch. All right, switch. My back already popped from this, which made it feel amazing. Really look over your shoulder and make sure you're pushing this arm against the leg. Alrighty. All right, switch. All right, we gotta do 2 more of these, and then we're gonna move on to our next cool down. Last one. All right, stop. All right. Do a little break. These are a little bit easier compared to the actual workout. You can actually have a lot more breath in between sets. So for this next one, it's gonna be a thread the needle. I'm gonna demonstrate, and then we're gonna do 10 of these, 5 on each arm. So we're going on your knees, hands and knees. And then we're gonna put our left arm, and then we're gonna put it through the right, and then put your right arm kind of like a 90-degree angle. You just want that arm to kind of lay flat on the ground. If you can't go fully flat, that's perfectly fine. As long as you feel that stretch in your back, that's all we're looking for right now. Alrighty, ready to begin, guys? Alrighty, we're gonna start with our left arm. Try to hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds, whatever feels good for you. Alrighty, switch. And over time, these will be a little bit easier. You just gotta consistently do it. If it's a little bit hard, that's just because your back is a little bit tight, but these are great stretches to help loosen your back and open your muscles. Alrighty, let's go again. Alright, switch. Alrighty, we got 2 more on each side. If it helps make you more calming, you also close your eyes while you're in that position. It helps lower your breathing and makes you feel a bit more calmer. All right, last 2. If your back pops in this, perfectly fine. You're giving it that stretch that it needs. And last arm. And stop. Alrighty, so for our last 2 stretches, it's the pigeon pose and it's a lizard pose. They sound very weird, but once you get the position, you'll kind of understand why. We are first gonna do our lizard pose. So we're gonna start with our left leg. And then it's kind of like a lunge. You're gonna lunge to that leg. And then you'll feel the pull in your groins. And to make this a little bit more challenging, you can go on to your forearms. You go on your forearms to feel more of a pull. And if that's still easy, you can always just try to stretch out your arms and try to put your head to the mat. And you will feel the pull in your legs and a little bit in the back as well. We're gonna do 10 of these as well. You guys ready? And let's begin. We're going to hold it to 5 to 10 seconds, just depending on how you feel with it. And switch. We're going to do 5 on each leg. And if it helps, you can help like kind of rock into it to get more of a stretch. Alrighty. We're going to switch. We're doing 5 on each leg, just to make sure we got that. Switch. 2 more on each leg. Alrighty, switch. As you can see, I'm kind of rocking into it just because my groins are a little bit tight and it helps. And then I'm slowly getting down into that pose. Alrighty, these are the last 2. And if you can't get into that pose, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're lunging into that front leg and you'll feel the pull. Alrighty, last one. Perfect. Now this last stretch we're going to be doing is the pigeon pose. So this one's kind of similar to the lizard pose, but this time you're going to have your front leg flat on the ground, and then you're going to have your back leg kind of flat on the mat. And if you can't put it flat on the mat, as long you can have it bent a little bit, and then you just try to lean in to that front leg. And we're going to be doing 5 on each leg. And let's begin. And if you can see Lourdes, she's kind of leaning in with her arms to help her make sure she doesn't go too far. And then we have Kaya. She's on her forearms to give it more of a stretch. And if that's still not enough, you can also just lay flat on your mat. Alrighty, switch. On our right leg, lay flat. And then just lean into that front leg. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to go straight to the mat. You can always just like slowly lean into it. And then if it feels comfortable, keep going further and extend your arms. We're gonna hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. All right, switch. Switch. We are halfway there. Perfect form, guys. If you want, you can rock back and forth to try to get a little bit more of the muscles, more of a stretch. All right, switch. Alrighty, 2 more, and then that'll be it. Like I said, if it's too easy, keep leaning into that leg, that front leg, and try to get that stretch as much as possible. Last one. And stop. Perfect, guys, thank you. Alrighty, so that is our 30-minute ab workout that you can do in the gym or at home. We have all the modifications that we had for you, and I hope you enjoyed the workout and have a great day.